Like every time I start a new business and I do a call out, you know, for people that I want to give a chance to do something that they've never done before. And it's funny because like interns or people that want to work with me sometimes will come around and expect me to pay them just because they're hanging around. And I generally don't let people hang around. You know, I'll give them things to see what they can do. But if you can't do anything that's going to make me any money, I don't think I should have to pay you. You know,
of course.
But then, you know, after a couple of whatever it is, and they still can't do anything right, and you let them go, they start telling me I owe them money, and that kills me. Or I might pay someone to do something, and something that's supposed to take a week will take 3 months, and then they wonder why they're not getting paid. You know, a lot of times people think, you know, I'm a Johnny. Lawyers do that a lot. You know, overcharge me without telling me they're charging me, then expect me to pay them, and then try to take me to court to pay them for to give them the money they try to rob me for legally. It really kills me. So there's a lot of legal theft that goes on. You know, me being a person that employs a lot of people, there's always going to be lawsuits around. And it's funny, all someone has to do is accuse me of owing the money with no explanation. You know, like
all they have to do is just accuse you of owing them money.
Everyone else that has nothing to do with it starts asking me about other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes like, where's his money? Or you're this guy and that guy. But it's all part of the game. And me being an independent, you know, I laugh at that because it's funny that people are always questioning the independent guy for their books and their numbers quick. But corporate, they don't ask a question. A corporate never got to pay you, and they never say nothing. But as soon as it's Dame Dash or somebody independent and somebody corporate wants to get at you, they'll be like, did he pay you? He's robbing you. It'd be corporate that be trying to make you question.
And really, corporate comes with an indirect answer to all the questions.
They never have an answer because you never get paid.
Right.
Period. But my point is, you know, it's just funny to me that no one ever questions corporate's books, but mines are always scrutinized by people that don't make me any money. It's the people that are not talented, that don't think they can get money anywhere else, that because they sometimes take advantage of the fact that I might be all right with someone on a human level and I might let them be around. It'd be those people that are always trying to say that someone owes them something, but they've never made you $1. You know what I'm saying? Or they, you know, there's people that, you know, that have worked with me that have lost, you know, $10,000, $15,000 worth of equipment, just leave cameras around and just let my shit get stolen.
Wow.
And then and not do the work that I've asked or paid them to do for weeks, and then wonder why they don't get paid. You know what I'm saying?
It's obvious.
But anyone that whoever thinks that I owe the money, if they want to ever have a public personal conversation about perspective, I never have a problem with that. But I don't respect people that say I owe the money but don't say why, and don't say that don't say their name. Just, you know, just want to just say that. I don't respect it. If you have an issue with me, it's over dope, come see me. Period. You know exactly where I'm at. It's not an issue. You know, instead of telling other people, tell me. You know what I mean? And if you want to make a public questioning of whoever thinks that I did them dirty, I mean, I'm not perfect. It would never be intentional, but I'm sure I always like to hear other people's perspective on that. But you know, I'm always going to owe somebody some money in somebody's eyes because I didn't pay them. Not because they lent me something, just because they feel I'm supposed to pay them for a service that didn't make me any money. You understand?
There's a certain amount of entitlement that they just feel like they feel entitled to.
It's con artist shit, man. They think everyone's a Johnny. You know, it's funny. I know people that are on my side that rob other people. Like have a job and don't do shit and then get mad when they get fired. I'd be like, you wasn't doing nothing. You was robbing them. But yeah, but so what? It was a good check. But what you mad at? You know, I should sue him. I should get unemployment. But why? You wasn't doing nothing. You know, you can't get mad when you have a job and you're not doing it, and then someone's not gonna just give you the money. But people be mad about that. Like, I haven't worked for 3 weeks for this guy, I should get paid.
That's like being mad that you're not paying rent, but you get evicted and you're mad at the...
Exactly. 100%. 100%. That wraps it up. 100%. Getting mad for being evicted, but you didn't pay no rent.
Exactly.
That's just how guys are. They get fired, man. And they don't get paid. They be like, dog, what the fuck I'm supposed to pay you for?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but you know, that's how people are. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I expect, you know, every 4 or 5 months, or rather 4 or 5 years, I expect a series of petty lawsuits. You know, it always happens. It always happens. Every 3 or 4. Every time I start a business and it cracks, then everyone that didn't come with me, that I didn't bring with, because they couldn't keep up, because they weren't honorable, because they were pretending they were good at something that they're not, those people get really upset. The worst thing for someone to do, or someone that quits, like it happens in my spot all the time. like, you know, it's supposed to be a struggle before things get profitable. I mean, it always happens. You know, I don't want to sound corny, but it's always the darkest before the dawn. It happens like that for me all the time. And, you know, I've seen people that have been around bullshitting and then get real aggravated because they don't feel they're getting compensated correctly, and then they quit. And then the very thing that they were complaining about, it cracks, and someone else reaps all the benefits of it, and they are tight. And then that's when the lawsuits come. But that's your fault. And I'm never afraid of court. That's the funny shit is people think, I don't know why anybody would think I'm scared of court. I go to court all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of business. It's part of corporate business, but no one speaks on it. Every corporation stays in court. But when an independent goes to court, he's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. Actually, I don't
Going to court is a part of the independent business for you.
It's part of any business.
Any business.
You know, when you pay people, there's always that lazy motherfucker that's going to try to take advantage, you know, and try to get what he doesn't deserve or she doesn't deserve just because they're lazy, you know, and use public perception to try to get it. But it's corny to me. You know, I've been deflecting that for like, 10 years now.
You just like to go now to just see what's
Well, every now and again, I'll go to court. I take people to court. It's very therapeutic for me because someone could be trying to rob me and I get to sit in a room face to face with them in a deposition or in court and really ask them on a human level, like, you know, how they justify lying. You know, how you justify, you know, handing in your nuts just for a check and you usually lose. You know, like I've been to court with motherfuckers that are supposed to be cut from the street cloth and, you know, they get in the court and they just start testifying. You know, and they be lying just to try to get a check. You know, saying I might have done some things I haven't with a funny little soft voice, but, you know, supposed to live by this creed and this code. It's also funny, man, you know, a lot of people, you have this creed and this code you live by that gets you where you got to go. And then when you get there and you become far removed from it, all of a sudden you don't have to live by that creed or code anymore. But I don't know, I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If whatever I grew up by, you know, I tend to keep with me. What I grew up with was honor.
It's a standard.
Respect.
You have standards.
It's like a cloth you cut.
Standards are very important, man.
Yeah.
Standard is, you know,
and that's why certain kinds of people get along. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, regardless of what your financial status is, if you know, it's a state of mind. You know, it's a cloth that's, you know, everyone's cut from a cloth, but not everyone's cut from the same cloth.
Right.
And you know, I don't judge people for not being cut from my cloth. I just get them the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you could do all of that shit, but you know, there's some very serious ideals that I'm never not gonna live by. Like, I'm never all right with someone that cooperates with the government, ever. You know what I'm saying? If they used to hustle and they play by their game. I'm not all right with that. You know, I just can't. I can't. And well, the way I've been taught, best friend or not, man, either you snitch on me or you snitch on somebody else.
It has to be loyalty.
I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that, you know, it's not like, this thing about a snitch, you know, it's not like I'm never mad at a policeman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his job. He wears a uniform. He's letting you know I'm trying to, you know,
that's his job.
That's his job. But, you know, with a criminal doesn't just snitch because they get, you know, a light that says let me not hustle no more. It's because they trying to get themselves out of trouble. And usually who they trying to get in trouble instead of them are their friends. Like, you know, when you hustle with somebody, you get a bond with them. You get close. You get money with someone. You hang out with their family. You know, you hanging out. You popping bottles. You got the kids and all that. And then all of a sudden you in trouble. You jammed up. You gonna get your friend jammed up just so you don't have to be jammed up. So that's where the disdain comes from snitching. You know, a rat. That's why you call him a rat.
That's why, you know, like my father hustled. He told me that you have to be able to accept death or jail.
Yeah, if you going
no in between. If you gonna hustle,
if you gonna sign on to that, you know. But then even if you used to do it, and then all of a sudden you don't. Some people be like, well, I don't do that no more, so I can't live by that, and they'll like tolerate certain things, but I just can't. You know, it's just not me, man. You know, I don't care. I live
by standards. You have a standard.
It's just the code, man. It's a code of respect that's kept me safe my whole life. You know, I just don't believe in that shit. So I'm not changing my morals or my scruples for money or because I'm successful. I'm still gonna live by those same ideals, and I expect the people around me to live by those same ideals, and it's inexcusable to me when you don't. And it's a very white and black thing, you know, black and white. You know, if you're dealing with certain things, I can't fuck with you, period. You know, and you gotta respect that. Can't be mad at it. And I can't fuck with nobody that's fucking with niggas that's fucking with, you know, I just can't.